right, all right, everyone. Welcome to
Hey,
welcome, welcome to another episode of the Round Circle with your
Circle.
host, the Fifth General, Zacchaeus and Cinema Escapes. What's good, y'all?
It's
It
good.
was
Man.
good, y'all. It was good. It was
Oh,
good.
oh my God! All right, Zacchaeus, man, walk us into the to what you want to talk about today. You wanted to talk about kind of like the inflation situation and where this is going. And you also want to talk about, some of this, 90-day fiance type scams going on where people trying to just get people for
Yeah.
citizenship. You know what I mean? I mean, this was your idea, so I'm sure you're gonna have a lot to say on this since it was your topic. You know what I mean? But let's get into it. You start us off, Zacchaeus.
Yeah, well, today basically is, it's been a lot of struggles going on with just, it's right now in this day and age,
Mm-hmm.
the struggle is having one income, and that's tough. That's a tough thing. That's a tough ordeal because
Yeah.
of what's going on what's going on around the world. Not even in America. It's what's going on around the world with this inflation, and what's how people are surviving with the income that they have, and
Right.
basically, basically it was a topic of should people buy gas or should they buy food? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like a battle. It's like a battle because gas is at an all-time high. It's out of the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Food, if you go to any restaurant right now, if you go to any restaurant right now, the prices on the menu doubled.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have to question, like now you have to question how you spend your money, because if you spend your money frivolously, like spending like how you used to spend before this inflation, then you're not gonna have no money in your pocket. Um, I know it's the biggest topic right now. Like for you to even go to a game, like to go to a basketball game or go to any sporting event, you got to worry about, like, well, should I buy these tickets, or or should I buy food, or should I buy food for the week, or should I save money for gas? So it's you gotta like that was like pinching pennies. Now, two heads are better than one, where the wife is working and the husband is working, or if you're single, even it's a struggle for you too, because now you got to worry about, well, am I if I how am I gonna, if I'm putting money for gas, how far do I work? How far do I work from here? Now people are trying to work online, work from home, which is a smart thing to do, because now driving to work is like iffy. Like it's like, man, I gotta put some money aside for 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 to go to work. Or let's say if you're taking those toll bridges to work, you're taking those tolls. Where on, like, let's say I live in New York City, where you have to pay two sides, one going to Brooklyn, one going to Staten Island. So we're getting charged both ways, going and coming from Brooklyn to Staten Island, both ways. Even it's like, wow, so much money. And it is a head shaker, because everybody. So we wondering, like, yo, what is President Biden doing for the American economy and inflation? Can we all eat, or is the rent just too damn high? What's going on? You see the rents in New York? Oh man! Oh, about this because I'm like, I was just curious looking online at the rent. I'm seeing rent for $6,000 for 2 bedrooms right now in Brooklyn, New York. I'm seeing rents on Staten Island for 2 bedrooms for 5,500. What, yo? Um, how people are living, because you see people. I had a person that was into real estate, and he said people are living like sardines. They having like 4 or 5 families in one home just to pay that. And it's in the, and the rooms and the homes in New York City are not so big. They're small.
Or
It's
closets.
it's not even a laugh. The closets. It's not even a laugh. It is sad, man. It is sad. And the homeless population is growing. I'm walking I'm walking to the ferry, and I see how much homeless people are laying down by the ferry, Staten Island ferry. Those who don't know around the globe, I live on Staten Island, New York, where I live by a ferry. that takes you from Staten Island, the borough, all the way to Manhattan. And from that point on to the it's a 30-minute ride on the boat. You see amount of homeless people that are laying on the boat and that are laying on the street, making their rest on the street. It is sad, man. It is really sad. Something's got to be going. Something's got to be done. I was looking at a documentary on Netflix with California. The homeless population is out of this world. My gosh. I forgot the name of the program, but if you look on Netflix on the homeless population, there's a program. I forgot the name of it because I seen it a while ago. It is sad that that's what's going on right now. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Cinema, you have a comment on it? I'm gonna ask a question in a second, but you have a comment on what?
You know, a lot of this started back when gentrification started in the big cities.
Come on now.
Because they wanted to move people out, so they up prices. And the whole thing is, greedy people don't know when to stop.
No, it's a glutton.
And right, and gas people, you know, didn't they get stimuli from the government?
Yeah,
from the previous president. See, come they didn't pass that along. How come they pass the savings along? They didn't. They raised their prices. Because, you know, you want to gentrify every area, then there's nowhere for nobody to go. And it's like, now, if you're a married couple, you both have to work. And It always wasn't that way. And if you have kids, my God. Right. It's hard without kids. So the people with kids, my goodness, you know.
Yeah.
And then healthcare is through the roof. Like healthcare ends up being like 20% of your check if you take it.
Taxes.
Yes, taxes, yeah.
And that's after taxes.
That's after taxes.
We ain't even talking taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, like 40% of your check is gone if you want to stay healthy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you supposed to do? It's really no excuse for the gas. They just, you know.
Yeah, that's just greed.
But the whole thing is a lot of the things of the government, because you signed these years ago, which took power away from the government to directly affect this stuff. Because you got enough representatives, other people in the government. It's the same thing as the gun lobbyists, you know. It's the same thing. Somebody's backing your campaign for their cause. But, you know, the gentrification, this started years ago with gentrification when they took Brooklyn, kicked all those people who lived out for years and built the Barclay. And people who grew up in a neighborhood can't even afford to be in there. And if they're seen there, you know, might be trouble for them. Move a bunch of people out and don't give them a place to go. Where are they going to go?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of empty apartments in Manhattan.
Yeah, they left because it's...
Yeah, put it.
Mm-hmm.
Most, and I run into a lot of New Yorkers. New Yorkers are a lot of places. Like there's a lot down in Charlotte, a lot of New Yorkers in Charlotte. Mm-hmm. There was already a lot of New Yorkers in Atlanta and so on. It's like, you can see it when you go see the Knicks because you don't see the real Knicks fans when you see the Knicks in New York. You only see the rich people there. I'm just going to say it. But when you go, like when I went to see the Knicks here in Charlotte or other places, or even in Philadelphia, you see a big of them. The tickets are slightly, I'll say, really.
Not really, no.
But, you know, see, the government didn't really give us a stimulus. They just gave us something, and then they're getting something back with interest. And so...
I remember the stimulus.
I never any of them.
Get it. Yeah, many people didn't get it.
And it's like a lot of people are paying a price for something they didn't even benefit from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, people started grabbing the PPP loans.
Exactly.
Well, they were scamming that. There was some scamming going on.
Yeah, they were scamming. Yeah. There's plenty of scamming. Small businesses that never saw that money.
Mm-hmm. Sad. They just
and they're gone. and that commerce is gone. And basically, it's like working a job isn't even worth it because they're not even giving you nothing.
They're
It's like they're giving you enough to get by to keep coming to work.
yeah. It's not enough to sustain you.
And people are like, what's the point? Because that's why people are hopping jobs. Because if somebody offers you a little more, I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm not staying here to take this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No.
All the stuff that was supposed to go with that, like the minimum wage increase, all the stuff that they stifled in government, you know, I only point to them because they're to blame. Because you're going to do one side, but you don't do the other side. The government hasn't cared about the American people. And I'll just say it. I'll go on record as saying that they don't care. You know
how you get back.
And first of all, they don't even care about black people to begin with.
Kanye West told that a long time ago. Even though we knew that before he said it, but
yeah. He just made it plain for the world to know.
Right.
And they're starting to get beat up by police. You notice that?
Yeah.
Because if you tolerate it for one, it's just gonna spread. I've said that before. But basically, the source of that was the gentrification to move people out. So you make cost increase so they can't stay there. But now nobody.
City where where the population decreases so much to the point where you don't have enough taxpayers, then you end up like Detroit.
Right.
Remember Detroit filed for bankruptcy years ago.
Yes, yes.
Because they've lost so much of their population that the taxes that was being paid now decreased so much that when it came to taxes going for their house, electricity to power the city lights and everything, they had to take turns on how long they was going to have the lights on. They had to do rolling blackouts in Detroit. You know, that's not something that's supposed to happen in a first world country like America. Now, that's the kind of stuff that happens in other countries where they have power 8 hours a day. You know, I'm just saying.
Yes.
Right. I'm just saying.
You don't have clean water.
Right.
Well, okay. Flint don't have clean water. Hello.
Still don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this side. Yeah, man.
You know, and then many other places that are like Flint, Michigan that don't necessarily get on the news. A lot of people, I just want to say this. A lot of people from other countries have no known in this nation. They look at the big cities and think, oh, you guys have it all. No. We have more ghettos than some of y'all small countries because your country's so tiny. You know, some of these small countries are the sum of our biggest cities. They have populations of 20,000 people or maybe as much as 10,000 or 5,000 people. You know, some of these small countries I'm talking about in the world, you know what I'm saying? Where we got state populations, city populations bigger than some of these countries. Second or developing countries, because, you know, they don't like to use the word third world anymore. And then we all know that third world is a vague term because not every third world country and those who are from another country that's third world, but they got bombs dropping every day. That ain't the same. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Y'all have more amounts of war every day hitting your front porch as opposed to some of the other countries. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they don't understand that a lot of places and a lot of these shanty towns and country towns and small towns in America look like some third world countries. If you are a person who has driven by travel, where you've gotten a car and drove across states, up crap. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They look like
places like
go ahead. They look
Mississippi, Alabama. So some of those places, if you go to visit some of those places,
Martin Luther King time ago. Martin Luther King did a poor people's tour before he was killed.
Poor people's campaign, tour.
Right? He traveled
1967.
Thank you. He went to some places where
1967,
he went to some places where people were living in houses with no roof, no power, no shoes, here in America.
No shoes. Yeah, yes. And his sole struggle was focused on the poor, to get the poor out of the gutter. And he looked at it. He just thought he just focused before he died. He just focused on that, the Poor People's Campaign. He talked about Vietnam, but he focused on that though. That was because, and it still hasn't. It hasn't. If you go to Alabama, you'd be thinking that, or you go to some certain places. Like one time I visited, I was shocked to see people walking barefoot. I'm like, and this was more like it's not even some black folks. Wow, I haven't seen people walk barefoot since they're walking. I mean, they had no shoes on their feet, man, and they're walking around begging people. That was sad, man. I was standing in the store. A girl came in and she started poking at me, begging me for $5 just to eat something.
Yeah, cinema.
Had to get her a meal.
Yeah.
Sad,
cinema.
man.
Now,
right here in America.
Off air, I don't mean to cut you off, but off air, cinema. Remember, we was talking about gas prices, right? And you just mentioned something about Biden and the administration about. I'm here to say that technically, because this is not our natural oil that we're using for gas in this nation, can't do nothing about gas prices because it seems like every president we've had, if we've had a gas crisis, it was usually something that happened before an incoming president ever came in, and then when it was time for the president to go out, happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because when you come in the middle, when we switch presidents, it's like laws.
Yeah.
Like all the laws that Trump signed are coming into effect.
Right.
And they blame the current president.
Right.
And all that praise Trump tried to take were Obama's laws coming into effect during his presidency.
That he took out. He took some of those out. That's another thing.
And then he took some of those out, which ended up hurting us because he didn't know why. One, including the virus protocol, which led to widespread COVID.
Yeah. Oh, C dash D because of the algorithm. We can't quite say
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, go back and edit that.
But yeah, that's okay. I know what you mean. But I also want to say this though. When we talk about gas, right?
Right.
I saw an article. I think it was I can't remember who it was, but they said that gas prices the average gas price this summer will peak above $5. Now that's the average. Now when you live in major cities, you are above average. So if the average is going to be a minimum of $5 a gallon this summer, then that means above average, we're looking at 6, 7, 8. Now, if we're talking about California is very, very high. They have the highest gas prices in the nation right now as a state collectively.
Yeah. And it also transportation of how if you don't have plants near you, your gas is already doubled. Like if you're not near a plant, however far they have to bring it, that is put in your gas price. To give context, even within New York City, gas on Staten Island and gas on Manhattan has always had a minimum $3 difference. So if you buy gas in Manhattan, it was a few bucks more.
Yes.
And that's the same city.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Staten Island being a rural borough at the time in Manhattan. So even now, if you get gas in Manhattan, it's going to be more than Staten Island, even in the inflated state. Yeah. So imagine a whole state, and then you go into a major city in the state where the gas is totally high.
Yeah, and I don't think they're getting any better. And with these jobs, that you have to go to, you need more. You need a salary raise just to get to work.
Just to get to work.
You see, if you're not making above 50,000, if you're not making above even. It's like you've got to get like different kind of hustles going.
And if you're doing a transport job, wages are going down because in transport, what do you use?
Gas.
That's DoorDash, that's Uber,
That's everybody.
That's everybody. That's buses. That's public transportation.
Amazon, delivery services.
All gas and fuel, including jet fuel. Okay.
Exactly.
Boat fuel, whatever they use, right? All of that is higher. So plane tickets are higher because of jet fuel.
Right.
People are looking at these
bus tickets are higher.
Exactly. Yeah, like
Greyhound.
Like your Greyhound and stuff like that. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. And power companies have to charge more because the technology that they use to give us power by using natural gas or coal or anything, those are up too. So power companies have to charge you more. You're paying more for your electricity.
Yeah.
And think about it. Subway trains use electricity, right? That third rail. So if it's costing them more to pay the bill for the electricity that they need to power the trains, you're going to have to charge the consumers for it too. So I'm pretty sure back home in New York or any other place that has public transportation, the fare's probably going up.
Yes.
If it hasn't already.
It went up already, yeah.
And it may go up again.
And it was going up before inflation.
Well, exactly.
Now, inflation leads to what? A crash. Because this is not sustainable. You look at the housing market. You talked about the rent. You talked about rent, Zacchaeus. But when you look at prices for houses, this is not a buyer's market. It's a seller's market, but it's not a buyer's market.
Yeah.
The price of lumber,
not a buyer's
the price of brick and mortar, all of that is up.
And think about this. How many people bought a house last year? And if you can't maintain the income you had to get it, what's going to happen?
Can't afford the mortgage anymore. Foreclosure. That's what happened.
Foreclosure, yeah.
And we're back to about 10, 15 years ago where we started.
Yeah, I remember that. Interest rates were so high, then they had to take it down drastically because of that.
But what happens is so many people will be displaced before everything's fixed.
And that's a problem too. And then who fits the bill is the banks. And then now the banks are saying, oh, well, we need bailouts because we don't have people to pay for these houses anymore. These businesses, because some businesses sadly have gone out of business too. They can't even listen. In my city right now that I live in, Houston, on my street alone, there are office buildings that have signs everywhere. Space for rent, space for lease. Because a lot of
in New York.
Right, because a lot of these businesses had to become virtual businesses now. They didn't have the money to pay for the office space. They lost some of their contracts.
And a lot of churches have gone virtual.
Yes, a whole lot. Ooh,
yeah,
yes.
Well,
I see it. I see for sale. I'll go to the mall. See a lot of stores closed down in the mall itself.
Well, you got people out here. You got people out here trying to decide whether to pay tithes or pay for food.
Yeah, yes. That's how bad it's gotten.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's a problem in itself. I don't really have much to say on the topic anymore, but we can get it to the next one if y'all ready. If y'all got anything you want to leave off before we go to the next topic.
Well, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
And then what happens in this cycle is that the wealthy take advantage of this. Because when all these houses are foreclosed, who's buying them dirt cheap? And then when the market recovers, who's selling them?
The bank. The bank sells them. The companies that now want to buy those homes and turn them into rentals or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or whatever they want to do. You know? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because what it is, you buy the house full price, but then when it forecloses, you don't buy that. The one who buys it from the foreclosure don't have to pay the same money the person paid when he originally bought the home. Yeah.
Right. And that's a whole different, That's a whole different
thing
scenario.
is, we live in a 2-person income era. We've actually been in that era before the inflation, but it's even more peril now. It's even more important. You know, if you don't make 2 people's income yourself as one person, then having that other person helps. I mean, you have people who own homes and they're renting out rooms to compensate for the things that are going on now. You know what I'm saying? Just to compensate for the increases. You know what I'm saying? You know, gas is a big deal. It's a big deal. You know, it's a big deal when you hear people saying they're paying almost $100 for half a tank. Half a tank.
Yes, I hear an Uber driver. I heard an Uber driver came from Pakistan, came to me and said, "Oh, I'm paying $140, $150 a week. That's half his whatever he gets paid. He's have to take a chunk and pay that for gas."
He has no choice because he's a car service. He's an Uber driver. You have the same attitude as being a cab driver, right? Right?
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure Ubers cost more, rideshare programs cost more, delivery programs like Uber Eats and DoorDash probably cost more, cab services probably cost more, right? Right, Cinema? That's what I would think. Because how this world works is this. Hey, this is costing us this much and you have to pay for it. That's just how it is. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, same.
All right. Well, next thing. Let's talk about this scam stuff. Zacchaeus. Start off with the story, man. I want to hear this.
Well, I was sent the story by a friend, co-worker friend that was looking into a guy, older brother look like he's like in 58, 59, look like he's in the upper 50s, well 60, I would say 60, and he got hooked up with this Filipino girl through, I think, a online dating, all black online dating. I think it's Black Planet or something similar to that. It was Black Planet. I'm like, how did a Filipino girl get into a black people online dating? So he said that he looked at her and he was immediately attracted by her. The older gentleman that was close to 60, he was immediately attracted to her, so he hooked up. Next thing you know, I guess in a year or so, he got married to her right away. Married her.
Right away?
Yeah, right away. Married her.
Lord.
Yeah, he know what he wanted.
What does
He
woman
knew what he
look-
wanted.
What
So
does
he
woman
married
Right
look like?
away.
What does woman
right
look
away.
like? She
By
look,
the way, hey.
what does woman look like? She look good?
I guess she's attractive.
Yeah.
I guess he said she's attractive and cute looking and pretty Filipino girl.
Fine.
I got a story.
So he hooked up with her, and next thing you know, she went away to the Philippines for a little bit, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna join you," because I know he went to go see family, but he wanted to see her family, so he went to the Philippines, and she said that she told him that she's pregnant. Went to the Philippines, she's pregnant. He said, "Oh, you're pregnant? Guess what? He's like, I'm having a baby." So the other guy, the host of the show, because he was getting interviewed, and the brother was trying to warn him and say, "I think you're getting scammed," but he didn't believe him. He said, "This is true love. I love her. This is true love.
True love.
And I love her. She loves me. I know her. Right? We know each other for a year and a half. We got married. Right away. So she's in love with me, and I'm in love with her.
1 year and a half.
Yes." So I scratched my head to that, and I said, "Man, I hope this brother know what he's doing." Because I guess in the I don't know how marriage is in the Philippines. I guess in the Philippines, you get married right away, but I don't know the rules and regulations of marriage. I don't know if they believe in divorce, and now he's stuck now because if she stays with him and she decided to say, "Oh, you're getting too old for me. I want to bounce," she'll stick it with child support. Now, may I remind you, he found out that this woman had 2 other kids, though. So But as a brother,
Wait,
he's just
hold
attracted
on.
to
Slow
her.
down.
Yeah.
Zacchaeus, slow down.
Hold up. 2.
He found out. He discovered that she had 2 other kids.
He discovered this when
he went to the Philippines.
And he known her for a year and a half before he went to the Philippines?
Yes. So oh yeah, he had to laugh with
What
the brother,
the
man.
heck?
But he said he was in love with her.
Wah, 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 wah.
Boy, no way, boy.
Yeah, but he's in love with her. He said he's truly in love with her, and God put them together. He said, and he said that basically,
so much love that 2 kids got hid.
Yeah, he said, listen. He said, I know where, because he said, I'm in love with the Philippines too. I said, I love the Philippines. It looks so pretty to me. He said, oh, this is my first time leaving the U.S. country. Now I'm in the Philippines now, and I'm happy.
There's nothing wrong with the Philippines.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that he don't know how to vet. That's the thing. He don't know. He don't know. Here's the problem.
First sight.
Love at first sight, because that was probably the first woman he saw at sight. But here's the thing. He said he'd been with other sisters before too, but he said there were Filipino women. He said that's the point I'm making. This dude saw the first Filipino woman, all due respect,
on the day,
and said, "Yup, there it is."
Beautiful,
but he don't know how to vet, because otherwise, if he knew how to vet, he wouldn't have found out at a year and a half of marriage that she got 2 other kids.
Exactly.
I mean, good Lord.
How you gonna marry somebody and not know they don't have any more kids?
Come on now.
Well, she was learning. He was trying to teach her the English language. She was learning it, picking it up, learning it.
Picture me with kids.
But she told him that her husband is no longer with her. Her husband has passed on, is no longer with her.
So there ain't no reason to hide the kids. If she was married before the husband passed, why are the kids hidden?
Well, that basically, but now when he arrived to the Philippines to rejoin her, she was pregnant again. So he's just happy that he's having a child with her. That's all.
Is he sure?
He said he's sure. He said he's sure that's his. He said he's sure that's his. He said he's sure. He's 100% sure that's his. Yeah.
Or we're gonna have to call Maury.
No. Okay. Oh no. Oh yeah. Maury Povic. Oh no. Yeah, but.
Yeah. How long was she over there before he came?
She went over there to. Because remember, she don't have her papers fully, so she has to stay over. She's staying over there.
Yeah. So how long before he joined her?
I think it was a year. Because he said a year. Because he had to get his. Well, it don't take him a long. Because he said he got his passport together. He got his stuff together. He was leaving leaving the U.S. for the first time, and he wanted to rejoin her. So he said, "You know what? I'm coming to the Philippines," and he came to the Philippines. Now he said he's trying to live in the Philippines, but he said what his plan is to do is to eventually take her to the U.S. because to eventually get her, once she get her visa, her papers straight, he's going to take her to the U.S. and live happily ever after. He's soon to be a dad with her. He's soon to be having a child with her to the U.S. and live happily ever after. So hopefully it works out. I hope he knows what he's doing. I hope he's not scammed. I hope he knows what he's doing. And I hope so. But there's other stories too, because I know someone that's with a woman right now that married her to stay in the country, just vice versa, married her to stay in the country, but she's not treating him right. Now she got her paperwork together, and all of a sudden now he's not getting treated right. So it's he's into her, but she's not into him. So it's basically I guess it was a business marriage, I would say. So it's so
And
I
he-
tell so I
and
tell
and he caught feelings.
he caught feelings because it's been 2 years now. So it's been 2 years now. Nothing
Oh,
wrong with nothing wrong with
That's a
marrying
Bieber song, isn't that? Catching feelings.
yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah, that is.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm being a little too nice. All right, I need to talk about this brother you're talking about, man. Listen.
Hold on.
There's something called. Listen, if you're familiar with, are you familiar, Zacchaeus? Are you familiar with a show called 90 Day Fiance?
Not too much. No. 90 Day Fiance.
Okay, Cinema. Are you familiar with a show called 90 Day Fiance? Okay.
Yes, I am.
All right. So there's a 90 Day Fiance hustle going on. Okay, not saying that is, but let me tell you something right now. If it moves like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Okay, I'm
Whoa.
trying to figure out. It sounds like Daffy and Scrooge McDuck here. It sounds like Donald Duck. Okay, okay, okay. Fucker and fuckatass. You know what I'm saying?
Sylvester.
Duck season, rabbit season. I mean, I'm trying. Here's the thing: this brother has no sense of knowledge. It sounds like he was simping hard. How the heck do you not know this woman got two? Listen, the man probably went over there and he probably got
Not one.
but two. And let me tell you something. This is how you know scams be going on, right? I'm gonna tell you a story right now. You got cats from other countries, right? Cats from other countries. And they be in women's inbox, DMs, and all that, right? You know what I'm saying? The brother
Yeah.
might be a decent looking man, pause, right? But then he want to come in America so bad. He'll try to get with any woman he can that's going to take the scam. This one guy, African cat, right? I think he's from Nigeria or something like that, or Ghana or something. One of them on the West Africa side. No disrespect, I just don't remember. Okay, yo, this man got with a chick who looked like Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
What?
Okay. 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 Look like
Hey, guys, what are you doing?
hey, Quagmire. Shut up, Meg. You know what I'm saying? Look like Quagmire.
He didn't
Look like Peter Griffin.
say a woman. Said Peter Griffin.
This woman looked like Peter Griffin after he fought the chicken. For those who know that episode. You know what I'm saying? And then I got another story for you. You ready? You ready?
You're ready.
I want you to. You might have to IMDb. You might have to do IMDb for this brother. You might not because you probably saw the movies. This one guy, he got with this sister. Oh my God! Well, he's trying to, and she said, "Oh, he a prince. He got money." He said he gonna marry me. He from somewhere in Africa, somewhere. And when I saw the look on this woman looked like Delroy Lindo, the father from Crooklyn and Romeo Must Die.
What?
For those of you who don't know who Delroy Lindo is, it is this man right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Going in 60 seconds.
Okay,
I'm a cop.
going in 60 seconds. Okay? That's what the woman looked like. You know that man was scamming.
Yo, that's what she looked like?
Yo, she looked like
Damn.
Delroy Lindo, son.
What? Damn. I remember when one girl said it. I forgot who said it. Chair Underwood. She said somebody. He said somebody said she looked like Wesley Snipes. I was like, what?
Oh no, Cheryl Underwood said.
Cheryl Underwood.
Cheryl
Cheryl Underwood said
Cheryl-
she looked like Wesley Snipes.
No,
2-1 food. Thank you, Julie Newmar.
I got the joke. She was on the talk, and she said, "Listen, I guess I could." They were talking about women with no makeup on what they look like, and then she said, "Listen, I guess I can't say much." She said, "Without my weave and my makeup off," she said, "I look like Wesley Snipes in Blade."
Nah, Cheryl ain't that bad without makeup. I seen her on IG.
Yo, there was an episode of the talk.
But I know, but she's a
I
comedian
kid you,
too.
Cinema. Yes, she's a comedian. Cinema. She has an episode.
On the floor.
She has an episode on the talk. I kid you not. She is a trooper for this. She said, "Hey, what do y'all look like without your hair?" She on the talk
Cheryl
took the
Underwood
wig
said
off.
that she looked like.
She
looked
took
like
her
Wesley
wig smooth
Snipes.
off on the talk.
On the.
She took her wig off. She looked crazy.
What's her last name again?
Cheryl Underwood.
Underwood. Yeah, man.
Yo,
Cheryl Underwood.
funny as heck, man.
Like
She been
Wesley
funny,
Snipes.
but I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, I was. When I heard that, I was on the. I laughed. Oh my god,
she's funny, man.
You know.
You know what I'm saying?
Hilarious.
But yeah, man. No, you the damn thing is. But you know what? Let me tell you something, man. You know.
Oh my god.
He doesn't look like Wesley Snipes, right, Shamik? No.
She still ain't that bad. She
Look at
just got regular hair.
Mhm.
But then again, it's under a wig, so it ain't done.
Right. Now she been rocking her natural since then, but before then,
Yeah,
she used to always wear wigs.
But that's her natural.
Yeah,
That's her natural.
yeah. Get it
She don't
closer
look
to the
bad
camera.
with the
Get it
natural
closer.
short.
Get it closer to the camera. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
her
that's her
now.
natural.
Yeah, that's her now because years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, she always wore weave or wigs.
I ain't gonna. Y'all can look that up. I ain't gonna put
Right,
that on
right,
our
right,
broadcast.
right.
I ain't trying to shame her, but you know.
No, shout outs to her.
Yeah.
I know you were making a point, Zacchaeus, but no, shout outs to her. But here's
Yeah,
But
the-
I'm saying,
yeah.
she ain't. Nah.
Now, Cinema, not to disclose any personal business, but you know a thing or two about foreign marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as long as it's genuine, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I know a lot, and it runs in familia.
Thank
That's
you.
all I'll say about that.
Thank you. So
and not
yeah, no, because I know some things too. But the thing is, it's like not me because I ain't never married nobody. But I'm just saying, like the thing is
right.
that
I know about it.
Right, as long as it's genuine. But then my advice though is that it's hard enough vetting a woman who's from here. It's hard enough the country or a woman who's here and her time is limited and she trying to marry somebody before she get deported. We've seen that a lot of, you know. So you got a lot of popular situations, celebrities where you thought these people were born here, but they wasn't. All of a sudden, they did a crime or they got a marriage fraud, and then all of a sudden, you find out that they got a home country they got deported to. You like, dang, I didn't know they was from over there. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and then there's the every once in a while case where it works out because it's genuine,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it's less frequency of that. I'm not gonna say that it couldn't be genuine.
Well,
because
right.
sometimes things happen.
Well, how you know it's genuine? Well, how you know it's genuine is when it still continues after the
Right.
knot got tied, or
Right.
she gets citizenship before the knot is tied, and she's still staying with you. You know,
And
she
she
didn't
sucks
like
in.
she didn't need to marry you to get the citizenship, but she still want to be with you.
Right.
Or he still want to be, you know,
Right.
vice versa. Because you got men doing the same thing with women. You got women who are literally flying people in. And Zacchaeus, you know about the whole mail order bride stuff where they be ordering women from like Vietnam and stuff like that for wives and Russia,
Yes,
Ukraine.
yes.
I mean, look, Melania, she a mail order bride. You know she is. Let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So here's here's the thing, and I'm sure that Ivana of Trump or Ivanka. I mean, Ivanka's the daughter. Ivana is the mother, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she had an accent too. She got some type of accent from some establishment out there in the USSR somewhere. You know what I'm saying? These women got these accents sounding like Ivan Koloff and Zangief from Street Fighter. I mean, obviously they're not from there. You know what I mean? So you know, there's a reason. So you know,
I gotta breathe.
So I mean, let's keep it real. Your boy Trump 45. He love him some Russian women. These women come over here sound like Sergey and Ivan Drago. You know what I'm saying? They do.
I must break you. I must break you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know,
from USSR.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You with lovely red floppy hair.
Yeah. Rago. Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know. I mean, so they be getting them from these places. Now, I want to talk about something, Zacchaeus. I will protect the name. I promise.
Yeah.
But you have a situation where somebody from the island somewhere said, hey, situations like that.
Mm-hmm.
People being hustled every day.
I know two situations like that. Actually.
How does a man?
I can raise you four.
Hey, how does a man or female prevent himself from getting into a situation like that?
Always married for real love.
Yeah.
Always married for real love. Never married because of or never married for business.
Yeah.
And some people do that.
Some people do.
She wanted to stay into the. Some people she wanted to stay into the country. She want to get her papers straight. But see, once everything is straight, and she got into the country, and she got all the papers right, that's when she showed her true colors.
Yeah.
That's when he or she shows her true colors. It happened to a Haitian guy I know, and it happened to somebody personally I know. They show their true colors.
Yeah.
They having baby with the guy. They having baby with the guy. Then all of a sudden now, she's like, I want him out. You can't see your child. And then she's dating other guys behind his back. But he's the older guy. Remember, this guy is about 60. She's about 32, so 30 or 30, about 29, about 29. Married her to stay into the country. She taking his money and everything. He's working just to pay child support. Imagine 60 years old working to pay child support at 60 years old.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So he's driving cabs. He's driving different. He's just
60 years old paying child support.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, man.
I mean that would be Ryan Isley if he had a situation like that. He in it. Drifting.
Nobody has to know.
Ooh, ain't no place I'd rather be than with you.
Yeah.
Wow. And I said I did it all for the love of you.
Yeah.
What's the other one? What's that? Strangers in the Dark?
I thought you were going to think Between the Streets. Oh, no.
Keep hearing footsteps, baby, in the dark.
Footsteps in the Dark.
Oh, in the
Stranger in the Dark's another artist, but it's Footsteps in the Dark. I mix my artists up all the time. Yeah, it's Footsteps, but somebody else got Stranger in the Dark too.
Right. Yo, I'm the reason why I mentioned Ron Isley, because Ron Isley's still out here having babies, and he my man about to have more kids than he about to have kids as old as Abraham. You know what I'm saying? My man, Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham.
Let's just say Bobby Brown ain't got nothing on him.
Oh
Nah, he don't. Nah, they
Oh
don't.
man.
How old is
Ooh.
And that's true.
Yeah.
Oh God. God bless him. I don't even want to even go there with that. But look, here's the thing. You know, the crazy thing is this, right?
But at least Bobby's doing right. But
He's doing right by his kids. Rest in peace to his 2 children. That's crazy.
Yes.
Bobby Christina, and Bobby Jr. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
man.
burying children is no joke.
Oh man.
Wow.
Listen, that's why when people see the movie John Q, they felt, you know, Denzel's acting performance, they felt his pain, you know, in that scene when he said, "I'm not going to bury my son. My son is going to bury me." You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So no, the plan is not to go before them. The plan is not for them to go before you. That's what I mean to say. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to outlive your children. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a tragedy when you outlive your children, when your children are supposed to outlive you. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I said that correctly. I feel like I stumbled on my words, but y'all know what I mean. But you know, see, look, the whole thing I want to say to this, right, is that, you know, we talked about dating and who you pick and stuff like that. But the problem is, and I don't want to stereotype everybody who's coming from a different country wanting to come in and then they meet somebody. No, I'm not trying to do that, because there are people in this world who genuinely want to. They meet somebody here, they want to marry them, and they ain't got nothing to do with citizenship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes.
Listen, you know some of this stuff is real when you talk to some of your people you grew up in school, and then you go to their house for the first time, and the father is from the States, or vice versa, the father from a whole other country, but the mother from here, but they still married. So, you know, you got situations like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, of course.
You know, they've been married for 30 years, and he got an accent and she don't. Or she got an accent and he don't. And you ain't know until you didn't know that was part of that kid's family until you ate dinner at that house. You know what I'm saying? And then you
right.
heard an accent you ain't never heard in your life. You know what I'm saying? You know? So there is genuine situations.
Yes. Oh yes.
Absolutely.
Many times. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep.
Many times, yeah.
We're just talking about the scammers.
We're just talking about scammers, yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But it's like people are desperate to have somebody that they just settle.
There's a lot of scammers, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And people are vulnerable, susceptible to being scammed easy.
Yes, yeah, you got to be careful of social media with the Bitcoin and crypto. Oh man, I get a lot of that.
Yeah, that's a problem. But
they don't know what they're doing.
Oh no, they don't know. They don't know. But yeah, we gonna wrap it up, man. Hey, anything else y'all want to say before we get on out of here?
Nah.